chance to join. And I'll try to be as thorough with whatever I go over so you guys can understand the reason for me making this. And
we got a lot of time, but when we take a step back, I think now, granted, first day, I was just kind of, I wouldn't say surprised, but it was of note to me how many guys we saw rotating in. Like, we saw a lot of Dallin Levitt today. We saw a lot of Trayvon today. We saw, you know, in terms of guys in the nickel, we see Keyshawn Nixon, we saw Evan Lawson. Like, we did not see, hey, these are the 8 guys that are going to be here. Like, you saw a continual rotation from Gus Bradley, and I think that's going to be kind of the norm until we get closer to the preseason, and then into the preseason, and we see some of these kind of battles solidified and working.
Huh.
It's red.
There we go. Sorry about that. My phone was lagging. Alright, so we're going to kind of go over some things. One of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people, like the amount I've played like maybe 100 regs games, and one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people do is they're stuck on stupid. Now, I'm not saying that in the general concept of, you know, necessarily someone may be stupid, but I'm saying that in the concept of people not really trying to match personnel. You know, you come into the game and someone stays in the same defensive formation regardless what you come out in, you know, like that is frowned upon. Okay, you shouldn't be thinking one formation stops every offense in the game. It doesn't. Okay, so hopefully that people, you know, y'all can grasp that concept. Like, if y'all can't get past that, then there's not going to be no help for you guys. Because if you stay on one defense, and I see a lot of big YouTube channels do it, like they stay on one defense and they try to make all their adjustments from that one defense, and you can't. It's not it. Okay, you're not going to be able to properly defend personnel wise, you know, especially with the way the run game is this year. Like, if you stay in nickel defense, you're probably gonna, you know, you're gonna go up against 21 personnel, and you might go up against 23 personnel or something, you know, and it becomes a problem. Okay, you're not gonna be able to stop the run, you know, especially in the nickel defense the whole game. Now, there are times when I do come out in the nickel defense, but I'm not gonna sit there and spam, right? So I'm gonna kind of give you some guidelines. And I'm gonna come over some intriguing things as well. Just give me one sec, guys, and I'm gonna let this load up, and then I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll get into it. Okay, give people a chance to join real quick. I mean, somebody's got to get the information out there, because I mean, at the end of the day, all you see is the same. The people running the same defense the whole game. Like, it's universal. It's not Madden 19. Madden 19, you could get away with it. You know, like, I can't sit there and lie. Like, there was a play you used to be able to come out in. I'm trying to remember what you came out in. It was one of the plays where the safety comes down in the free safety inside blitz, and then you audible to the cross blitz, right? And you would have like ridiculous block shed regardless what formation anyone came out in. If they ran the stretch run, they ran inside, you would have block sheds. If they decided to play action, you would get sacks. You know, it was a good universal defense. Like, then you could do that. Now, that one play defense is not it, guys. Okay, so just give me a sec. and then I'll be in there and I'll kind of give you a couple of the defenses that I've starting to kind of gravitate to this year that have been very successful if used in the right format. But give me a sec. Alright, apologies, fellas. I am back. Alright, I got 3 people. Alright. So, again, like I was saying, is one of the big problems that people do this year is they play one play format defense. It's not it. It's not going to be universal. It's not going to stop the run. It might be good at defending, a specific route concept you want to defend, but it's not going to be universal. Okay. What's up, Derek? So I'm going to kind of go over a couple of these formations that I do use and the pros and cons of them. One that I'm starting to kind of gravitate, at the end of 21, I know I was using the 3-4 over, but I really just don't have it being as successful this year. But we'll work on it as the years goes and when they patch up things. We'll come back to it probably at a later date, but right now I've probably got to insert some manual subs to make it work. But with that being said, the 4-3 under. One of the good things that I do like about the 4-3 under is, believe it or not, it has a mana line in it, right? So let me kind of give you a good example. Let's say I come out in Tampa 2, right? If you come out in any formation where, like, if I come out in split twins or wing slot, where the two receivers are, on one side of the field, keep in mind it's 21 personnel, right? I want y'all to pay attention to this, okay? What happens is this formation automatically mana lines, okay? As you can see, my corner, Hayward's matched up into the slot receiver and my outside receiver. So the receivers are matched up with the corners, so without me having to do any other adjustments, just me picking the play, okay? So that's one positive for using this. Another thing that you guys might want to do is really depending on where you're expecting the run to go. Like if you see this formation and you think he's probably going to do like a jet sweep, take your D-line and crash to the side that you think the play's going to. Usually I'm just going to crash the D-line to the side where the running back might receive the handoff to, really just to defend the inside zone, okay? A lot of people will try to cheese with inside zone and just sit there and try to run it at you the whole game. Eventually, as long as you're doing this, you might get that block shed that's going to give you that inside gap pressure, and it's really going to force them to kick back. Another thing that I do like about this is because of the positioning. I'm going to teach you what you need to do. Anytime you come out in this formation, I want y'all to do one adjustment, okay? I want you to press your linebacker icon and then shift them, okay? Go move the left analog stick and shift them to the right, okay? What that's going to do is going to put your middle linebacker point blank center with the quarterback, okay? So you got your guy that can eye the quarterback in the middle of the field, and you're good, okay? The next thing that I want you guys to do is because this isn't a cornerback, his zone isn't going to be as high, all right? Different ratings have different thresholds. A cornerback might have like a high 80 zone or something like that. They can play these, cloud flats and quarters and halves, and they can play those with great success. But when you're a linebacker, the shorter the zone, the better your coverage is, right? Because you're not necessarily going to have those elite threshold zones with a linebacker, correct? So you're not going to want to play the cloud flat. What I want you to do is user adjust and put him in a hard flat. Like if you're playing the cover 2, that's something that I would strongly suggest. A lot of people, they always try to hit that little flat route, and it's definitely good to have a flat route user adjust and a cloud flat on the other side, as opposed to globally adjusting. Like global adjustments are not it this year, guys. Like you want to try to play hard flats, you're gonna have to manually adjust a hard flat where you're getting killed. Do not global hard flats or global shade over the top, because what's going to happen is you're going to give up something. If everyone's being forced to do one thing, you're going to give up something either underneath, or you're going to give up something over the top. And I don't want to give up the big play. That's a big point emphasis of what I try to teach you guys, okay? Yeah, I'm doing a lot better, Will. The next thing that I want to do here when I'm playing this defense is, it's a cover 2. I want to make sure that mid-third's covered, right? So I'll put that safety in there, and then this user, even though he's in a hook, it's going to give me free roam to kind of get up there and kick out if there's any corner routes, verticals, or anything like that. I feel comfortable enough with my user that I can cover that much ground with, an 87 speed linebacker, okay? So that's one way. Like if I ran the cover 2, that's how I would run it. And then you could just pass commit, whatever, and just kind of just break it down how it goes. For the most part, everything's covered, okay? Like even if I'm playing against the CPU, eventually they're probably gonna get a couple of passes off. But just because like you come out in the play, like I said, you're already aligned up, You know, you don't have to do anything ridiculous. Everyone plays their zone to a T. Okay, so you're not really giving up anything. If I was threatened by that wheel route, I could have gravitated to it, but kind of go back here and look at the quarterback. He has a clean pocket. You know, I'm not gonna say that he doesn't, but he does show that he has a gap right there. If I wanted to turbo, I probably could have shot that gap. So we can kind of do that again, and then just kind of show you guys again. So just put him in a hard flat. I could probably keep him in that outside. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. And then same thing, just crash the D line and slant the linebackers, right? That's the only thing that you're really gonna make sure that you do. You could pass commit, and because I seen that gap on that last play, that tells me that that gap should be open on this play. So I'm gonna try to shoot it. Sometimes they pick you up, sometimes they don't. You know, that's just how the practice mode does. But we'll work the kinks out. You just try it again. Just make sure you just slide your linebackers over. I could probably move him over here. Yeah, he picked me up. It's fine. Like one play he'll pick you up, one play it'll look like it's open. That's fine. I just won't even worry about him. Let's do it again. Just make sure he's in a hard flat. Make sure he's in a third. And then just shift the linebackers over, and I could cover it myself, you know, like if he wants to keep using that route. That's fine. And you can always make adjustments, you know. It's like, feel like where you're getting killed, if he wants to keep throwing it over there, I could probably go inside third on this side and then be content with it, you know. So it's just making adjustments as you go. But for the most part, that's Tampa 2. How I would run it, you know. A human AI is going to be completely different, you know. You're not going to get necessarily great pressure with a 4-man rush all the time, but I don't blitz a lot when I'm playing somebody, because when you blitz, you tend to leave shit open this year. Like that is one thing that is for certain. Like any play that you play in the 4-3 under, kind of show you guys again what I mean here. See, so if I play stock zone, they man align. If I just play the zone blitz, they have like a base align effect. Just kind of see. Usually, this is one reason why I don't like zone blitzing from anymore this year, is because if I try to shoot the gap, I'm leaving a lot of field open in the middle, you know, and I don't like to leave a lot of field open in the middle. So what I'll tend to do is I might put him like in a seam flat so he can cover anything quick, and then I might take the soft squat or something and send the soft squat, you know, because I don't really want to give up anything in the middle. You know, even if I do give up something in the middle, I don't want to give up a lot of yards after, you know. So like I'll experiment, you know, with different zones on who I'll send, you know. Like I might send the safety, or feel comfortable enough to send the safety and do it like that, you know, as long as you make sure that you cover. Okay, I'll show you. It's no problem. You know, I know it's trying to do defense, but I'm just kind of giving you a couple of guidelines. But that's really just 4-3 under. Couple of plays that I do use. I use the will go fire 3 press, and the main thing in the 4-3 under, you always just want to slant you crash your linebackers to the strong side. That's the only main adjustment that you do. You can crash your D line or whatever, but the main thing is that you basically just move your linebackers to the side where you have your Sam on the edge, right? So like, see how my guys are lined up? I just move them over, and then I have him right here. Okay, so he's just going to do like a looping blitz or whatever. Sometimes I might take, you know, in this specific formation, I might take him and move him in, and then just use the ISO or something. You know, but as long as I got that and he has that little loop effect, he's gonna be all right. You know, like I said, I don't zone blitz all the time this year because sometimes you get beat like bad. It sucks, but it is what it is. I might be able to just crash D-line out. Yeah, so you can do it against practice mode, but and just kind of give you an idea of how I would run certain things. Just kind of go back into it. Like a couple plays, I do run like a lot of stock zones, like Tampa 2. Cover 6 is actually pretty good in this formation. It needs to be in your audibles. I'll kind of give you a guideline on how I use that. Cover 3 hard flat is good. That's one of my run defenses that I use. I think that's pretty much it. And I use quarters. So it's like cover 6, quarters. Cover 3 hard flat. And I think sometimes I use the Mike Will cross. But those are the main ones. I know I have the cover 1 slant, but the issue with cover 1 is runs, like cover 1 run defense doesn't work this year. For some odd reason. I don't know why. It's like cover 1s can't stop runs anymore. You know, especially like even man covers. Because you're going to get a one-on-one, or even if you play shoot gap, you got 3 guys in man. And you don't want to play too much man in here because you're going to get beat on a corner route or something like that. So that leaves you exposed if you constantly play cover 1. It's very susceptible to those deep corner routes. So you don't want to really use that too much. That's why I like cover 6 sometimes, because they'll still play the run fits, and you know, you won't get beat on those corner routes. So sometimes I'll check an audible to it, like let me take that out of there and then put that in there. So it should be like that. Put that 3 hard flat. So that should be my plays right there. Now I'll probably check down to it later. But yeah, other than that, you know, and you could still do some of the stuff that I did last year, like with the safety drops, like the strong safety Sam crash, the double safety blitz, the strong snake 3D, the engage 8 press, the free safety fire 3 press. Like you can use the safety drops and then audible, you know, if you just want to kind of keep your opponent off guard on what you're actually really trying to do. Like you can give them the cover 3 blitz look, you know, and then they're going to just assume that the seams are open or whatnot, and then you can just audible check out of it, you know, and really kind of catch, you know, the chess match portion of the game. It's nothing really too big in there. Like I said, just if you come out in this formation, if you have the auto flip on, just make sure that you slide your linebackers to where the Sam linebacker is. Okay, that's going to be your main adjustment. Another thing that I like to come out in, usually I'm more often in big nickel, and the way I run this is if there's any time a receiver threatens the slot where the seams are, I'm running buzz match. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If I need to adjust as I go, I will. But if the seams are threatened, where you have slot defenders inside the hash, between the hashes and the numbers, I'm running buzz match. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to explain why. Okay? Let me find a good formation. I'm going to kind of give you guys an idea. For instance, Y off trio weak, tray, spread Y flex, tray Y flex, tray open, tray stack, empty trio, empty base flex. Any of those formations where they're not compressed or bunched up together, I'm going to use buzz match because what that's going to do is going to protect those seams. Okay? And they're going to match up, usually like when people try to do short crossers, it's going to match up with those pretty well. And it's not like they're just going to get manned all the way down the field and then just open up things, you know. So they'll follow them as far as they need, and then they'll drop back to their zone. You know, it's one reason that I do like it. And those buzzes, the little hook curls with it, the safeties play, they usually lock up the seam area. So it's one thing that I do like to do. Kind of give you a couple of examples on how I would run it, so that you guys can see. Like people come out and like tray wide flex, right? A popular formation, they might run dagger. What I like to do is sometimes I'll, if it's like tray wide flex or something like that, what I'll do is sometimes I might manually move this guy in. Hold on, you have to bear with me. Sometimes I'll just put him in a hard flat if I'm worried about the running back going to the hard flat, and then sometimes I'll just individually press, you know, the tight end. I'll take the D line and I'll crash to the possible inside zone side. And here I'm gonna explain this. Okay, you got 3 routes flexed over there to the left, but I have 4 zones defending it. Okay, I got an outside third, I got a seam flat, I got a vertical hook, and I got a mid third. Okay, anytime when you have match coverage, you want to make sure that your zones outmatch the routes that are over there. Okay, so if they go vertical, I know that every one of those guys are going to get matched up. Now what's going to happen here specifically, okay, my job as this hook curl is to carry this guy either to the mid third or carry this guy over to this hook curl and then go back to my zone. Like, that's the main thing. When you are playing a match defense, you still have a responsibility for your zone. Like, you're not going to sit there and chase a route with the defensive assist all the way to the end of the route unless you just absolutely know that he's going to throw that to him regardless. You know, usually they're not. But the way the defensive assist works this year, it's not like it was last year. Okay, you can't hold it as long on routes that cross the field, okay, because they're gonna get off their man and they're gonna get a free release. So you can't hold on to it as long this year as you could last year. So that's the main thing about knowing how match coverage works. So my job again would be carry either this receiver vertically to this guy and then pass him off. By passing off, I mean let go of the defensive assist and come back and play your zone. Okay, what's going to happen is that man's going to match up with him and then he'll be covered and I won't have to worry about it, because if you start sending your user down there deep with all the other routes being matched up deep, somebody's going to get open underneath. And one of the main routes that usually gets open is if they start doing like delay fades or check and release routes, and you don't want to give up or get gashed in those or screens or anything like that. Okay, so that's just one of the main things that I just want to put point emphasis on. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of run it just so that you guys can see. I hold the defensive assist and then check back down. Okay, so he's not going to have any deep routes open down the field. Like, you want to hold the route as long as you can and then check down, right? So again, I don't necessarily need to put a hard flat over there. I can just individually press the tight end and then play this guy. And he's going to take the check down route. I'm not going to give him too much. He's not going to have any deep routes. Obviously, practice mode, they're eventually going to see things that you don't see. It happens. Okay, it's just going to be our job to kind of gravitate to the route that becomes his threat. So he comes right there. He has a route coming in. Look at there. Boom. Just play your zone. That's all you got to do. You're still going to match initially like you're playing man, and then back off, because what's going to happen, I'm going to slow it down. Because you can see I play tight on him. And then what happens is, look, when I pass him off, he's got 2 zones to go to. He's going to get matched up. Safety's over the top. He's not going to beat him. You know, he's just going to come running in route. As you can see, I'm sitting in that zone, you know. play aggressive man, and then pass off the zone. That's all you got to do. Once he beats you, let him beat you. You're good. You got it's the point emphasis of match coverage. Okay, let him beat you because you got help over the top. You see how I got two, three, four guys over there? I'm good. There's no need for me to sit there and try to chase one route all day. Okay, so the same thing. One thing that I could do is I could show blitz, and then just kind of, like I said, just press him with defensive assist till he beats you, and then come down, and then take the next route. And look at that coverage sack. You don't need to blitz. You really don't. Okay, you could show blitz. Come in here, just hold the defensive assist till you get pushed to your zone. 1, 2, 3. Let it go, and you force him to take the underneath. That's all you got to do when you play match coverage. It's not hard. Take the D line, crash, show blitz, get on the guy that's threatening, hold defensive assist. 1, 2, 3. Come down. That's all you got to do. And I guarantee you, when you do this against other users, bro, you will make it living hell, because what you're going to do is you're going to take their primary read away. Okay? You take that primary read, that little thing, they're going to keep seeing that you're in cover 3. Not a lot of people know how to defend Buzz, throw bombs on Buzz match. There's not too many real openings, surreal openings. I'll tell you where one of the openings are. One of the openings is going to be right above Merrick. But too often and not, you're not going to get it unless you have the bunch side on that. I mean, not the bunch side, but the tray side on that side. And if they start flipping the play, all you got to do is flip the play to protect yourself. Okay, so that's the only real weakness that I do know about it. But other than that, it is a pretty solid front, especially against Trey Y flex. It can defend a lot. But again, like I said, the main thing that I want to emphasize again, you match defensive assist till you get put to your zone. When you reach this area where your zone hook is, you let it go. Okay? Because you're passing the zone off. That's the main thing that you guys are doing. You're passing the zone off. You're not sitting there trying to user lock down. Let them 1, 2, 3, then come down. You're going to force him to play underneath, and that's going to help the seam flat drop down, and you might get a tackle for a loss. It's pretty easy, guys. It's like, and we'll kind of get into some more here in a minute. Just one more. 1, 2, 3. Look, force him to take the underneath, and look, he's getting tackled for a loss every time. Okay, so now, when would you run regular match? The way that I do regular match versus budge match is, let's say they got 2 outside receivers, but they still have the same principle of that seam being affected, right? A good one is like Y off trio weak, right? You want to protect. We'll go with the shock option. It's a popular play. So the same thing here is, you basically want to protect. Instead of defending the slot, you're going to treat the tight end as a slot, right? So go ahead and do that. And usually when I see running backs on one side of the field, remember what I said about individual adjustments. Unfortunately, because I got 3 safeties on the field, it's going to give me safety adjustments. So give me 1 sec. See if I can. Yeah, I would have to run this flipped, because he's not going to let me go hard flat, because I need. That's the base line. I'll probably have to change my packages. Probably go slot corner. Give me 1 sec, because you want to make sure. To go slot CB, and that's fine because I got Trayvon Merrick as my slot CB. Let's try this again. Sometimes the game just doesn't want you to make the plays that you. Inside quarter. See, with the slot CB, look at the. You get the safety insides instead of the safety outsides. So yeah, that's gonna let me play the hard flat. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the play, right? Because I want that hard flat on the field. And I don't want that safety dropping down there. I want him over here. I'm still playing match, but main thing I'm gonna do is I'm responsible for the tight end in this scenario. Okay. If tight end don't come over to me, or if he drops down, we're good. We're gonna slow it down. So the main thing that I wanted to flat over here is really because of the running back. You have to play hard, just because. Like I'm content that he's gonna run into that other zone, so I'm good. But main thing is sometimes they like to run that little flat route or an out route, and having that hard flat over there, that safety is gonna get over there faster and take that route away. As far as this side, the seam flat matches up with the slot, passes it over to the outside third. Okay, so that's just out. The 3 match is great at defending route concepts like this. And he bites down. He'll go down and defend that route. He'll play that route, and then I play the underneath. So it's just one way to do it. And that's if I run it flip. Now if I run it as is, my job will be number 7. Like if he's going to the flat, I know the seam flat's going to kick down. My job is to play over here over the top, because I know he's going to play down. So if I can play hard flats, if I put him down in the hard flat, he's still going to have that match principle, but it's going to let me play the number 7. So that's pretty much how we're going to do this. My job is to kick over here and play the curl. As you can see, he's not really getting a lot of yards. And then sometimes you have to go to practice mode so that you can kind of get used to your assignment and in match coverage. Okay, so you know who you're defending. If he's constantly going to the flat route, you know that he's gonna be covered. He's not gonna get blocked. As you can see, he's locking the flat route up. I don't really have to worry about that. So even if I play the seam flat, I mean, he's still gonna be locked up on it. If I had one, I could probably jump it, take it away from him. He's not gonna get a lot. He's just gonna take the little dink and jump routes. But that's the main thing that you're going to give up in match coverage a lot. Sometimes it's going to be the dink and dunks, but you would rather give up that than, you know, really just sit there and just get bombed on the whole time that you're running. So it's mainly just pick a defense that you know, matches up well with the formations that you're going up against. Like, you don't want to sit there and just call cover 6 every play. Eventually someone's going to start picking their offense to how you're playing defense, and then you're going to be the one at the disadvantage. So definitely pick towards the formations that you're going up against, and don't sit in one defense the entire game, unless you're going up against someone that stay in the same offense the whole game and your defense is doing good against it. Okay, so there was that point of emphasis that I just needed to make. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all I've really been having success with the 4-3 under, the big nickel, and some of the concepts that I do use in other formations, but mainly that's going to be for your beginning of the year type defenses. That's what you're going to start off with. Other than that, I can go and demonstrate the user catching for you guys real quick. Let me go to flip sides. Just pick random play. Alright. The main thing with user catching is what you want matched up, like what you're looking for. It could be speed, it could be size, physicality, your user versus their user. There's got to be something that's favorable for you that would make you want to attack the defense in a specific way, right? So I'm gonna kind of give you some demonstrations. One of the main things is, let me back out of here because I gotta go do some memorizing real quick. This is very important, guys, okay? Whatever team you use, you need to go into the rosters and you need to identify the hidden traits, because if you don't know the hidden traits and you don't memorize it, this whole user catching is going to mess you up, okay? So the first thing that you're going to do, and I try to, like I said, put point emphasis on this, is you go into the roster and you're going to click L3. All right, you're going to go to your receiving targets. You're going to see what you have. Okay, so we're going to back out of the signature and you're going to go to styles. Okay, and what you're going to look for is your catch traits. Okay, you have aggressive possession and rack, and you see which ones he has. He has rack. He has aggressive. So any combination of a user catch that I do has to have aggressive and it has to involve rack. So I could go rack possession or I can go aggressive possession. You know, as long as I have these two traits involved, or if I'm using either one of them, it's going to increase my chances of, you know, completing the animation sequence. Okay, so the next thing, you just go to look at it, look at all your guys, see what catch animations they have. See, he doesn't have aggressive, but he does have possession and rack. Okay, so you pay attention to that. Okay, so he's one of your possession receivers. My other guy is more of an aggressive guy. You can go to your next guy, see what he has. He doesn't have any of them. Okay, so he's just like a little gadget guy, and he's not really going to be used. And I don't think he made the team this year. He got beat out by an undrafted. So we get to find out if the new guy's got any traits. I got to memorize him as well. Excuse me. Go to the receivers. See what animations your receiver has. He's just like Waller. He has aggressive and rack. Ruggs. I think Ruggs just has a rack. But that sucks because that's really the only animation. You have to have a rack involved in every catch that you do. Zay Jones. He's just like Waller. He has aggressive and rack. I think he has all three of them. The only thing that's going against him is his overall. His size, his overall and his speed kind of hurt him a little bit, and I think he can't really jump. You know, even though he has all the catch animations, you know, sometimes, you know, it'd be those small things that can kind of decipher you from using them. Like Renfro, he has all the catch animations. He lacks in size, but you can definitely get one-on-one and you can win some of those animations. Just kind of click in there and look at him. He has possession and rack. But that's all you guys really want to do. Just come in here and see what they have, so that when you go in practice mode or in a game, whatever it is, you know who your guys are and you know what animations they have. That's very important. That's the very first thing that you guys need to do. Like, you got to make a chart for your team, or like each time they do roster updates or game updates, you might want to check your roster, because sometimes they sneak update them. Okay. Give me 1 second to get another cough drop. Alright, so with that being said, remember, your first animation that you can do cannot be what your guy does not have. Okay, so like with Waller not being able to possession, that means you cannot hit possession first. Okay, it's not saying that he can't possession catch. You just can't hit possession first. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of just go through the details. start running some routes just so that you guys can see. Let's go random play. Alright, so with Waller not being able to do possession, I can still get a possession catch with him. I'm just not obligated to hit possession first, right? You want to combine your catch animations. Oh, shit. You bear with me. Main thing is you want to make sure you set up your protection. If I'm running 3 routes to one side of the field and my running back's blocking, I need to protect the side of the field where 3 routes are going. That is that's my weakness. Sorry. Now I'm gonna try to throw this to Waller. I don't know what his defense is. Could be like a variation of like a cover 2, cover 6. But remember what I cannot hit possession first. Just bear with me. Should probably just pick a defense where I know what he's in. Let me give like a clear out. Remember, I can't hit possession first, so I go rack aggressive. Look at it. See, it's mainly about getting the animation. But while you're doing it, you got to hold R1. So kind of slow it down. If you can get the animations to trigger in practice mode, more often than not in a game, you'll come down with it, okay? So don't get discouraged if you go into practice mode on all Madden and you're not coming down with it. You go into a game, I guarantee you, 70% of the time you're going to come down with these, okay? I just thought I should put that point of emphasis there. It might take you a couple times to get it down, but once you do, rack aggressive. Look at her. The main thing is you want the animation to trigger. Just keep practicing. You get consistent with the, like, I can go aggressive rack. Look at her. That's all you gotta do. You do that while holding the R1 button after you throw the ball. Okay, set up my slide protection. Throw it. I went aggressive rack. And look at her. Okay. Gonna do it again. Aggressive rack. Sometimes you gotta be careful with rack because he won't come back to the ball. Let's try it again. Aggressive. So sometimes you just gotta play with it, see which ones that you like. Like I might go possession rack, right? If Bosa doesn't come through like that, like a freight train. Kind of go through it. I'm gonna go rack possession. Possession rack actually. See there? Boom. Easy. Pull it down. This is possession rack while holding R1. You come down with it, you get the animation that you want. Kind of just do it again. This time I'm gonna go possession rack. Let me see. Possession. Nope. You still got to make reads. It's like I just like throwing to that one route. But let me actually make reads now. I almost got that. Still got to make reads. Possession. Now, if I go like rack possession, sometimes he'll stop his feet and then he'll cut up field instead of going out of bounds. So that's the advantage of kind of doing the users sometimes. Possession aggressive. I should have came down with that, but try it again. Rack possession. That's all you gotta do. Just hold R1 and then just pick your 2 catch animations that you want to use. Never double animation. By that I mean like don't hit possession, don't hit rack, and don't hit aggressive, because what's going to happen is you're not going to get a favorable animation. Like for instance, too often, and not like on 4th down and 10, I've seen people, and myself included, might smart route a route to go to the chains and then go double possession, and what happens is they come back to the ball and they're always short. I've seen people lose games like that. So don't double the same animation. Rack possession, just give yourself up on the ground. And that's the thing with Ruggs. Whatever you do with Ruggs, because he only has rack, he doesn't have the other 2 animations. So whatever you do with Ruggs, if you want to possession catch with Ruggs, you have to hit rack first. Okay. Whatever animations they do have, you have to hit that first. So like if I see Ruggs and I want to throw it to him, see, I went possession aggressive. Waller doesn't have possession, so I can't go possession first. It's just something that you just gotta train yourself and know your team, know your receivers, know what they can and can't do. See, I'll just go rack possession so that I can get a possession catch. Instead of hitting possession first where he doesn't have that. But you can kind of force it, by combining it with animations that he does have. So rack possession, that's the only way that you're going to get a possession catch with him. Consistent as a user catch. But we just kind of just go through it. Rack possession. Should have went rack aggressive. Or aggressive rack probably in that situation. Let me try it again. Aggressive rack. Look at there. Nice catch. Yeah, I got some Hall's defense, man. I think I'm doing all right now. But boom, aggressive. Sometimes you hit the wrong first button, man. They make you knock it away, so you got to be careful. Sometimes, like I said, you mainly just want to make sure that you're getting animations to trigger. Like possession, rack. Like that's a good one. I like possession rack. If you have a possession receiver, that's very good. That's a very good one to have. Possession rack. Look at there. See how he does that? He'll like stop his feet on the sideline and try to cut up field. Whereas if you do double possession, sometimes he might accidentally step out of bounds when he does the double toe tap animation. Sometimes they'll step out of bounds and won't give you the catch. So definitely combining rack. Look at their possession rack. Look at that catch. Back shoulder throw. Let's kind of do it again. Just really just make your read. Make your read. Aggressive possession. Look at that. Ah! See, he doesn't have possession animation, so he's not always going to come away with those. Hopefully, later this year, maybe they give him some. Rack possession. Boom. That way you don't give the ball up. Take a free hit. But that's pretty much all user catching is, man. Just combining the 2 animations. Make sure you hold R1 so that you secure the catch. Possession. Aggressive. See, look, he couldn't intercept it. As long as you're getting animations to trigger, you won't throw too many picks. Just possession, rack. Look at there. You can sit there and you can just dot them up downfield the whole game. Now, I'm not saying go into a game and then just come out in one formation and run the same play over and over and over and over again. It's not going to work. Okay? But, just giving you guys a couple of insight, plays that you can use to kind of get guys isolated one-on-one. Possession. See, I did the wrong animation. I should have went aggressive. But other than that, bro, it becomes fairly easy after a while. Possession aggressive. Look at that. See, he doesn't have possession animations, you know, so he's not gonna come down with the like if there's a contact situation, he'll probably drop it. So you got to make sure that you pick an animation that they have. So if he has rack, so whatever I do with rugs has to involve rack. So I can go like aggressive rack. I'm gonna try that for you fellas right quick. Eventually, maybe he won't cover him. I don't know. Aggressive possession. Ah. But see, y'all see what I'm doing though. Forcing the animation to trigger. Aggressive rack. Look at there. It's pretty much easy, man. Just hold R1 and pick your two catch animations that you want. It's easy. Look at there. Possession rack. That's all you gotta do, fellas, man. I promise you, like, throwing the ball will be so much funner for you guys. Possession rack. Usually they won't pick it off, but he got a tip that got tipped again and then got picked. But usually I would have like a faster receiver in the slot running that route. And then hopefully Ruggs has a good year too. Like if we can get Ruggs like closer to like 85 overall, man, he'll come down with some more catches. So I'm gonna try to throw it to him. That's aggressive rack. Trying to get him in a nice little spot so I can see what animations he gets. Aggressive rack. Ah, trying to get it to him. Come on, come on. I might have to high point it. It's always something, man. The game starts blitzing you and shit. Trying to sell something. And then Carr would overthrow it. They really fucked Carr up this year, bro. Like, I mean, come on. He was like top 9 statistically. How do you be like not even top 20 in the game? I don't get it. But I you know, like the one year I remember that Carr, like Madden 17, Carr had almost hit 90 overall. And I tell you, when I was able to make any throw I wanted to make, I was able to make any throw I wanted to make. Ah, hit L2 trying to square my shoulders. Let me try to get Edwards involved. Let me kind of throw some routes his way. If I can get protection. Yeah, they're not gonna protect me for that route. Hopefully, like I said, Brian Edwards gets some updates this year too. I'm gonna have to block the tight end to make this. Possession aggressive. Yeah, sometimes I gotta go aggressive. I forgot what I think he has the same animations Waller has. It's non-possessions. Yeah, it'll probably take me a little while to get some deep routes with him because of his rating right now. But, you know, I'm not going to make that stop me from trying to throw it to him. I mean, y'all see me play games, bro. I be throwing it to Edwards. I don't be scared, man. It's just in a game, it'd just be different. But mainly, I just wanted to kind of share some of that with you guys. I'm going to play a couple of games here, just so that I can give you a live description as opposed to going up against practice mode, because you know practice mode doesn't necessarily give you the ideal situations that you want to use as point blank examples. And then I can kind of give you know a solid idea about what I mean about people spamming one defense the whole game, or you know, you don't want to do that. That's a no-no. It's not Madden 19. You can't do that shit.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was
It's nice
loud.
to get ball at halftime.
So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. And here's Lewis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Really just wait for him to come out, whatever he's going to come out in. So he's in gun tight. One thing that you're gonna do in gun tight, I might need to start using one of the defense that I had told you guys about. Right here, just take the D line there, spread the linebacker. That could actually spread.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. They'll roll him out
It's
right.
fine.
Got a man. That's Lazard. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing right downfield. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. He's going to find
I should have had that.
This is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones.
Yeah, this dude has no skill. You see what he's doing. He's not gonna get me. He's not gonna beat me playing like this. I'll tell you that right now.
They think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
You're not gonna beat me like this, bro.
Couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
Told you, you're not gonna beat me playing like that, bro. I'm too smart.
And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
I want to get out of that formation.
In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week.
But that's my 4-3 under, guys.
Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they placed.
And I don't mind using a base defense when they're playing compressed sets. I am content playing a base defense against compressed sets.
They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
And it's intercepted.
Now that is a load of shit. But it is what it is. Let's get back to playing defense.
Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers.
That's just real sloppy.
So there's not much flow right now. Very
Not on my part. That's just on Madden. Too much body clipping going on.
We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
That's what I did.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Damn, I left him open. I knew it. As soon as I did that, I was like, fuck.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams, 30 yards. Packers have taken the
Hopefully I don't get body clipped on this drive.
And that makes the score 7-0.
That was bullshit.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here. Right.
All right, so one thing that I did see that's going to cost him is he came out in the nickel defense. Let's see if he wants to keep that same energy.
The Raider
Yes, sir.
offense set to get this drive started. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
We'll take that.
And I can't wait to see what they decide.
Get him out of it. Bring him into the box so I can go over your head. Come on.
A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
Can't stop the run in the nickel. I do know that. Bring him in the box.
3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Kind of just looking for my poison right now.
Now Carr. Oh, that's in the
Yeah,
double
Edwards,
coverage.
bro, I need you to do more. I need you to do better than that, bro.
Darnell Savage. And they'll take over inside
You probably put him in like a comeback route.
44-yard line.
I know I got the one-on-one.
Really obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little
Trying to
bit.
see if
He's
I
gotta
got-
be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
On play action. Now Rodgers.
Take the read away. Hey, that's supposed to be a sack.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started...
Come on, man.
They're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I do not like getting cheated, bro.
Throwing now is Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
That just sucks.
27 yards. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Crosby with the extra point.
Because right now it's like at the point where I'm not losing to this guy, I'm losing to the game. Because I can tell the dude's not very good, but it's just, you know, you get an animation where he clips through my guy, he picks that off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
That's crazy, man.
This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Then it just puts you in a bad situation, and you don't want to be down
The
too
Raider
early.
offense set to get this drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent
Something I
yardage.
can do.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's the backup Mariota. And he'll look downfield for Waller. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Mariota to throw it.
Wow.
For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. To throw Mariota.
Nah, throw it to him anyway.
Intercepted. Picked up by Will Redmond.
Might have another route.
Stop shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that. That maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right.
There you go.
And he'll just get rid of
Might have to play a double Mabel.
Right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep.
Oh, come on. I'm in the right D.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Just like that, fellas. Just like that. You see people spamming, you got to take advantage of it.
Rodgers now to throw.
Oh, good shit, Solomon. All right, see there? See the adjustments I made?
But he couldn't corral it.
Now you can't do nothing.
Straight ahead.
Not gonna worry about it. Do this.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers.
Look at her, locks it up. We'll start using that as a defense. People that like to spam bullshit routes.
Short of the first down. Boy, a real head scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On first down, Drake. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Full right side going to be caught by Waller. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Carr now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught.
Good job.
Touchdown, Raiders. Kenyon Drake.
I think he showed his hand. He likes to play man coverage, and I'm starting to catch on.
So he scrambled right, but was able to look
And I know how to
back toward
attack
the
it.
middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct.
Once you show your hand, bro,
Instinct
I'm on it.
and vision. Sometimes you see people who are open, you're able to get
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The dangerous Hill now to return. Not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flush to his right. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Rodgers.
Cover 6.
Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they go with the pass, and it
I'm not
works
even
out.
getting beat by this dude. I'm just getting beat by these fucking bullshit ass players.
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
I gotta split. I gotta split where I'm attacking.
And into the end zone, it's a pick 6.
Can't use little underneath routes in the middle. I'm gonna have to go deep on both sides.
From what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead.
Like, dude isn't good. Like, I can feel like he's not good, bro. It's just...
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
I'm just making mistakes, that's all.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. That's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Carr now on first down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
A flag.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. We heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense. They'll keep you in the game to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. On play action, it's Rodgers.
Man, get out in front of him, bro.
He's got it. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. snap comes at 1. Open man left side, tight end Tunyon. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Last year.
Rodgers now on first down. Flushed out right. And he's left with no
Last year you
option
used to be able to blitz this formation, man. Like this year, I don't even know if I can, to be honest. Like I can try.
Second and 10. To throw is Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And again, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this
is
down
ridiculous,
to the 5-yard
bro.
line before he's out of bounds.
Come on now.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so they had to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again. Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
A final shot before half for Rodgers.
Fatigue.
And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions.
Yeah, you can tell this dude's ass.
This time on third down.
He's getting lucky.
The kick by Crosby.
Fucking gunslinger.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis operating.
Still doable, man. It's like, what, 20, 28, 20, 23 possession game.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake.
Very lucky, bro, at that.
Drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
You are very lucky, sir.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again.
This is caught inside the 15.
Told you he's ass, bro. Like,
and he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, Carr. To to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He was trying to get it that time to Brian Edwards.
That'll bring up second down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there?
See, the same thing about when you spam one thing over and over and over again, you become vulnerable.
He's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Yeah, you are.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Eluding the pressure right.
Yeah, you saw.
Take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Carr will look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I wasn't going for Darren Waller.
Following the touchdown,
that wasn't
ready to
Darren
kick
Waller.
it away is Carlson.
Yeah, obviously, you don't know that was Brian Edwards.
Put a stamp on me in the locker room. Just a look.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Rodgers again now. He's going to go up top for the end zone. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
when we're at it, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smells terrible. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Going to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. John Gruden never wanted to play it safe. His guys will go for 2. They'll try and run with Drake. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now.
Stop coming out of nickel defense now. You won't give it to him.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away.
Not if you come out in a base defense. You come out in nickel, you're going to give it up every time.
And here's Lewis. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 6 yards left on 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because That's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left on the clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers have pretty well put it. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And
he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Carr gets this to Waller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. To throw his Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now Carr. And now here is another interception.
Carr, bro, you gotta fix that.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised.
Like I said, they killed you, man, when they made you a fucking 81 overall after you finished as a top 9 statistical quarterback.
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And that would be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And from their own zone. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Talk about luck.
It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What are they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're
The actuality of that actually happening.
They think that they can bottle this and carry
Oh man, he just don't get it.
You just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
He did that from a punt tight. That's crazy. Look at Merrick's face. Oh, man, you can't say that dude didn't get lucky. Maybe what I should have did, I should have used a press channel. I don't know. It's just like some of these little trick plays, it's like they're designed to like automatically win. Like my corner shouldn't have whiffed. You know, but whatever. Just one of them games, like I said, man. You start off bad, you know. I played them better in the second half. I locked them up in the second half. It's just you start off bad on stupid shit. Like, let me give a good example. Now I know sometimes I did throw it directly into traffic, but this. Hopefully throughout the year, you know, Edwards will get respect. Maybe he's as good as they say he is. But there is no reason that the inside receiver that's bigger should lose this. There's no way. That ball just clipped through my arm. That shouldn't have happened. Like, when a lot of people, they talk about the game. You know, we talk about gameplay. This is one of the things that we are really, you know, tearing about. Because look at this, bro. Like, there's so many things that went wrong on this play. Okay? The rights became the wrong. Like, I had the right read. You know, quarterback perspective, that's the right read, right? You know, you got the inside. That's what I seen. I seen the cut. I seen I had the inside. I had seen I had the physical receiver. I didn't need to throw it deep. He was probably shaded over the top. He was behind my receiver. The route cut under. And then this happens. Like, there's so much right that happened before the actual thing happened. You know, you look at that, that's either going to be it's going to be a contact, he's going to get on the ground or whatever, fine. But that doesn't happen. They allow the body clipping. That's something that they got to clean up. They got to fix that. You know, so that stuff like that will cost you the game. So you got to be careful. Kind of go look at a couple of plays that I got beat on. One thing that I will see, I was in a, I believe I was playing the invert. Cover 3. I'm trying to remember what the fuck I was in. But I ran the play flipped. Safety in the box, 2 linebackers. Am I in the big nickel? Corner safety, 4 down linemen. Yeah, that's big nickel. Okay. Try to see what went wrong here. So far, everything's playing correctly. I'm trying to figure out who my user was. I'm thinking I'm user in 29. When I shouldn't have been. 49 should have grabbed. So if I'm going to play that, 49 should be the user I defend that crossing route. So all he ran was with a slant with like a post, like a cross and a post. But it's like a play action animation. It's like a PA post shot with a like a drag trail type of thing with the drag slant. It's the only I don't even think that was a slant. Does Aaron Rodgers have Hot Route Master? I don't know, maybe it was a slant. Maybe I don't know. It's a little deep. I think for the most part, he kept running like double. Like I would have needed a enable, because that's all he ran was cross, double cross both sides of the field. He had the cross with the post, slant, drag. That's all he ran. Cross, post, slant, drag. Person that was out of position in the cover 3 was the outside third. He got picked on. So you really is just identifying who the post route is. Most of the time I'm guessing it's going to be the outside receiver. Left side I was fine. Right side I don't even know who my user was. Like that's the thing. I was 53. Yeah, that was my fault. I could have actually blitzed him right there. I should have came after him. But I should have probably been user in that outside third. I could have bit down and took that route right there away. That's what I mean. Like outside thirds are real buggy this year. This is an outside third. He needs to be playing outside the numbers. And that's one thing that I'm seeing with outside thirds. Sometimes it kind of forces you to have to base a line just so that you got your guy in position. Because that's one thing that I'm seeing is when your outside third is playing anywhere in between the seams, he's going to get exploited. So as you can see right here, instead of him actually playing an outside third, he's technically playing a deep half. And you don't want him to play the deep half because look at all this room that I'm giving up over here. So we got to find something to clean that up. And that's what I mean people are talking about with zones being broken. You know, like they can't decide what deep zone they're supposed to be responsible for. And that's one thing, like outside thirds, I constantly see playing deep halves and just, you know, leaving those corner routes wide open. So you have to kind of audible down to like a cover 6 or something to defend those. Let's kind of go to the next quarter. I should have threw it to Waller. I wanted to. I mean, I had designed a route over there for Waller to get it, but you know, for the one time I thought he was going to chase Waller, and he didn't. Like if he didn't chase Waller, I could have got the possession catch, and I forced it. Shouldn't have. I could have threw it to Waller in the corner. It's my fault. Like I said, you just got to go back and look at what kills you. This dude ran a lot of motion slants. Like, he wanted the one-play touchdown, but he almost would have got it, but I was kind of playing to it. I probably would have caught him, bro. Like, we're at the same, almost the same depth. Not too far, and I know Abrams is a lot faster. Should have ran vertical. If I would have ran that route vertical with 11 instead of letting him go out like that, that would have been a touchdown. It's like the only time outside thirds play right. Dude's like sending the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's sending 8. He's got 3 in coverage because he's so close to the line. Those linemen aren't picking him up fast enough. I mean, they picked him up. Like, that was a good job picking him up. That shouldn't have been a pick, though. Like, that is what I mean, like, broken. I was looking for a flag because of the contact right there. He just straight body clipped me out of the way. Elbows going through forearms. Forced me to slow down. He body clipped me out of the catch animation. Sucks. You know, sometimes they need to throw more. They need to be more aggressive on the flags, I believe, this year. I mean, they get called on your user, but they don't get called on AI. Something they need to fix. Crazy that was defended. He rerouted. This should have been a pick. Like, I specifically remember, I was like, okay, A, I'm in your face. I could have played a quarter maybe, no, or a hook. Put that safety in a hook, I guess. I probably could have got under. Yeah, forced this. He was playing a lot of man, so I wasn't going to have the route that I wanted. Bro, I should have threw it to the running back. Damn. I've never seen that route before. That was like a it's got a corner route. He's got a corner flat on the left. He has a hitch flat corner. It's like a hook flat corner on the right. That almost looks like Z spot and go, but instead of the go route, he just runs the spot. It was like a Z spot with a. That should have been covered though. Like I played the right defense. Like everything's matched up. I'm in a 3 cloud. Cover 3 cloud defense. Everything's matched up. That outside third should have played that. I should have got the pick. But I guess I was in the wrong position. You know, I don't know. I was on it, but whatever. So 3 cloud works. Just got to get in position. I took the wrong read. I knew he was going to try that. Like, who doesn't run the fucking vertical from the slot like that? And I think I was in cover 6. And I knew that D path wasn't gonna play that corner route. I had to use her. Just double check, make sure I know what I'm in. Could be 3 match or 3 cloud. Yeah, that safety's playing an outside third. That's why. It's a 3 cloud. But I didn't have a mid third. That safety's matched up on that tight end. Because that's who he's looking at. So that's technically his fault. Blown coverage. One thing about this year is the deep pass lead insides don't work. Like I literally tried to place this ball like right over here. And it wouldn't let me. It just gave me a like throw over the top animation. Try to place it where my receiver can run to it, you know. And they won't let you do that this year. I did try to tell this dude, man, you come in nickel every play, man, you're gonna give these fall forward animations. He tried to complain about it. I was like, bro, man, you coming in nickel every play. Trying to see who I could have defended that with. I could have probably put the mid read on the backside. Put the backside hook curl in a mid read. Or instead of trying to chase that route under, I could have carried 17 to the mid third. He probably wouldn't have had that. He's just running 2 routes. This dude's like in a max protect. That's crazy. He should have never got. I should have never allowed 2 routes to get open like that. That's my fault. That's crazy. 2 routes should not be getting open. What's up, Mike? Kind of going back, looking where I messed up at. I don't think I played this play wrong. If I'm not mistaken, I was in position to make the play, but he was in the zone. You know, and I guess when players are in the zone, you just can't stop them. Like I had the right idea to lock up, you know, his little underneath route read. And like I was saying earlier, like even though Yannick doesn't have the stats, he plays a lot better than what his stats are. You know, as long as you crash the line correctly, like look how he gets off the edge, bro. Like he does his little slap move. Look, he done beat his guy. Like Yannick plays a lot better than what his stats suggest that he is. You know, he's gonna be alright. If he gets a little bit better, bro, the sky's the limit. You know, he's already in the backfield. And, you know, that alone is improvement from last year. Last year, I didn't get guys that were able to do that. Not too often. You know, last year, my guys would have still been like these three over here. You know, sitting there struggling and fighting, trying to get through. Solomon's doing a great job taking a double team. Cleveland Ferrell's taking a double team. Max, if the year progresses and Max has a great year, I see Max beating this guy. I mean, it's a tight end, but you know, right now he's not rated high enough. But if he has a good year, I see him beating that guy off the edge. You know, and getting Yannick and Crosby off the edge at the same time. That could definitely, you know, get rid of these little bullshit throws that, you know, he just got like right there. Like I said, this should have been picked, but he was in the zone. Even though I had switched to him to try to get animation, he had triggered animation, and I kind of got locked out of position to the backside. I should have been able, like I would have been able. I do remember switching to him, but by the time I switched to him, it just wouldn't let me get inside on him. But I could have been able to pick that. I was in good position. It's just, you know, like I said, when they get in the zone, they're in the zone, you know, so it is what it is. Just kind of go back and see your mistakes. One thing I see right here, the wide nines are like really tough to defend. Like any edge rush, like if you got double edge outside the tackles, if they're on the outside shoulder of the tackle, it's tough to really defend that, you know, because your center and one of your guards is going to be forced to double team one of the interior linemen, right? You're going to have a one-on-one with your guard against the other interior lineman, and then it's like both of your tackles on the outside, you know, one of them might get help, but the other one's just gonna, you know, he's gonna give a free rusher away like instantly. Like even canceling out of the play action, like the first thing that I notice is, you know, off to the right side, you know. And that's one of the thing about play action plays is you can't really slide protect. So I might have to audible check down out of situations like that. But that's just one thing that I did notice. And I kind of forced to throw. Should have been able to make that. But probably what I'm going to end up start doing is instead of running the seam route vertically, like if I'm like here on the right hash, the seam route should not be the one doing vertical. The route that needs to be going vertical is the guy that's in between the hash and the numbers. So it should have been 23 going vertical, and I should have ran like an out route or something with rugs, or a flat route, kind of keep them occupied underneath. I could have probably did flat corner with Ruggs and Waller and went vertical with 23, and I probably would have got that. But you know, a lot of these bullet pass animations, they don't necessarily pass lead in the right spot. You know, maybe you could lowball it like right there. I could probably lowball it, but if you don't, it's like he leads it too high. You know, and you don't want to lead it too high because it just allows the defensive player to get in position. But, you know, we'll clean it up, man. I could tell you the dude, like, just from playing him, I could tell he wasn't good. You know, he didn't really feel like a challenge. It was just me beating myself with, you know, forcing things. You know, when you get behind, sometimes you do that. You know, sometimes you gotta get back into the groove of things, reestablish control of the game, like especially when you make early mistakes. And I didn't do that, and that's my fault. And because I did that, I lost. You know, so you gotta own up to your mistakes. Don't get mad. Man, I've been hearing some bad things about next gen, bro. I can't lie. But then again, you know, like I was saying earlier in my stream earlier today is, and nothing against you, Mike, but you think about everyone that has next gen. A lot of them probably have money, right? Have decent jobs, got money to throw at a system and sit on Amazon or whatever, Walmart all day and just buy them for whatever inflated price they are. Now keep in mind, people with money don't get to play the game a lot. So the way I look at it is the bulk of the people probably on next gen, I would say we're probably the equivalent of possibly top 30% current gen, top 30, top 50% current gen maybe. So the competition, I wouldn't say the exact that there was an exact competitive level on current gen as of right now, you know. And then that's not a stab at people. I'm not saying that everybody on next gen is ass. No, I'm just saying in general. I forced that. Just in general, you know, you got maybe bottom 30%. And you got everybody on the same format, and then, you know, now they're on a new ranking system, and, you know, you got your usual 30 percentile suspects hitting the top 1% for the first time in their life.
Sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point put through by Suckham, and it's now a 7-0 game.
All right, let me bounce back because I was sitting there trying to talk about something and I wasn't focused. So let me focus real quick. Let me get back into this game. Before this guy decides he wants to turn his mic on and talk shit, and then I gotta put him in his place.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
But one thing I did notice, like, people talk about the zones. It just really depends, you know. Like, I haven't really ran a lot of cover 3 sky this year, you know, so I can't really speak on all the zones because I haven't really came into a scenario where I needed to run a cover 3 sky, you know. So I can't really speak too much on the zones until I've ran every zone. For the most part, yes, I do run man match. Man match has its weaknesses, just like stock zones have its weaknesses.
First carry for Kenyon Drake, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Pay attention to the stuff that the announcers are saying.
On first down, Drake.
See, now they were talking about they didn't have enough people in the box. How they basically just handed me the run. You know, if you kind of key into some of the stuff that the announcers say, you know, they kind of tell you, hey, you're not in the right defense. You know, and that's one of the main things that I try to tell people is stop just playing nickel every fucking down. It ain't it. You can't stop the running.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's got the first
I see you, Ingold.
being taken down at the 46. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Jacobs. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hope we'll get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr.
Good shit. Good user catch.
Inside the 30. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Carr. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
To throw, it's Carr.
There we go, Edwards.
Touchdown, Raiders. Bryan Edwards there to make the grab. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Good bounce back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Now it's the backup Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone,
Damn,
but
Mariota.
it's incomplete. So why go for that there? First half, you could have
That's good,
tied the
Corey.
game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, you know, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe
All right, just kind of pay attention when he comes out in.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, they will have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do. See,
last year, I used to be able to get after doubles. Like this year, doubles is a little tricky.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's free going down the left side.
That's why I don't like doing those turbo blitzes as much this year. They come out and they run and you miss it.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones.
Like it looks good, you think they're passing, it's fine, but when they do the zone run, you get blocked in the back and they don't call it.
Well, if the plan is to come in here,
You just get put out of position real fast.
It certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion.
What's up with you, man? What's up? Not much, not much.
That one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
I messed myself up on the first drive.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Here's Carr.
Oh my God.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they have the football and will set up shop at the
They gave my quarterback an accuracy debuff.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but
Accuracy debuff.
So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works.
Well, I mean that, but they gave me the accuracy banner debuff, like meaning, you know, you had a under pressure banner. Yeah, but they did screw Derek Carr this year, though. Like he went from an 83 to 81, but he finished as a top 10 quarterback. So I think he finished 9th statistically, and they made his rating go down.
In the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game.
Mixed feelings, waiting for the patches to come.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
That right there needs to stop.
Right at the 45-yard line.
Every running back. That's why I try not to play too much nickel defense this year. It's like, regardless, if you come out in nickel, it's even worse, you know? Because it's ridiculous.
Brady now on 1st down. Got a man complete to Miller.
Yeah, it sucks. But it is what it is, bro. I even ran it on Twitter to him about it. I was like, you know, why did y'all put the game out like this? And they put all their quote unquote physics and all of their initial game development strictly for next gen. Like they didn't put no work on the current gen. He specifically said that. And I was like, wow, really? Next Gen is basically what Madden is supposed to be, right? It's the game that they worked on. It's their creme de la creme. They put all their good stuff in Next Gen. Current Gen, what we have now, is basically copy-paste Madden 21. They did not work on this game from a studio. They worked on this game from home. Deadass. Meaning that they didn't have like all their resources and, you know, their tech and all, you know, they did a lot of copy-paste just to get the game out. So they didn't work on the game at all, pretty much. This is alright. Because that's how they become $1 billion company. People are going to buy the game regardless, right? For the most part. Roster update, maybe a few animation changes. Because of the frostbite, they saved like certain like abilities, right? But the reason why we have the fall forward animation so frequently is because it's saved under the engine, and what's happening is it's acting as if every running back has a specific ability, right? Like every running back has the reach for it, every running back has the fall forward, you know. It's not even taking into effect physics. Like you could have 100-pound running back, he's still gonna fall forward. And that's the issue.
And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
As long as it's mainly just inside runs. Like I haven't really played people that ran stretch. Like I haven't really seen too many outside runs. Just yeah, it's the inside. Yep, they could be 200 pounds, they could be 190 pounds. If it's an inside run, it's going to take into effect that they're quote-unquote moving forward, and they have more forward momentum, but it's not going to take into account the physics of their size and weight.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Because they already got your money, don't they? Yeah. Ain't no telling. Time will tell. I mean, you know, we'll see, man. The 53-man roster update's coming. We'll see. That's pretty much where we're at right now.
They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Yeah, Carr got nerfed bad.
Saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open.
I had it since, like, I was playing on EA Access.
Hey, I'm available.
And
he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll get it down close to the
you just got to replay the game. Like, you got to reset your game.
3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That used to happen. It doesn't happen all the time. Like, it happens, but it doesn't like happen like all the time. No, just close the game, close the app.
They'll try again with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs continue to pull away here this first half.
No, you can actually save the depth chart this year.
That's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a
yeah, last year you couldn't. Last year it was broken. The whole year they didn't fix it. This year they at least fixed that. As far as pre-patches go. Like once they start patching it, you don't know what they're going to break, you don't know what they're going to fix. You know, it's just like one of the things, like, you know the game needs to be patched, but you're worried because you know usually when they patch the game, you know what happens. You know, that's pretty much where we're at right now.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this
just
drive.
Be playing it for so long.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll let this
Didn't
go
pat.
deep for runs. And he bats it away, and it falls.
That's another thing they need to fix is the pass lead. It doesn't work.
Receiver, but it'll be second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
He's going to let it go again.
Good catch, user.
He's got it. He got it.
It's a nice user catch.
He's going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Physical receivers are actually pretty good this year.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing now is Carr.
Oh, thank God it let me pass lead. Jesus.
Touchdown Vegas. Runs. There to make the grab. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
It's
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
I haven't had an issue with player speed. I do know like on running back takeoffs, maybe not seen as fast.
Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get them to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Well, fast players are fast. You can't take that away from them.
Down at the 28.
Especially like if you bring someone, or if you're playing someone like in the box within 5 yards of wherever the quarterback is, chances are you're not going to be able to drop back fast enough. I mean, I'm just going to call it like I see it.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their time as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, Brady. Going deep this time for Miller.
Good shit, Merrick.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Trayvon Merrick, bro, he's a bright spot to my defense.
These guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Second down, back to Fournette. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yeah, and while I'm recovering from it. It's hell, bro.
The give is to Jones.
What the fuck?
And he's dropped right at the 40.
I teleported. I seen that. That was it. What the?
Defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. Always for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 119 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Big hit traits.
After the run by Jones, here's
Big hitter
10.
traits. They got to have the big hitter trait. The hidden trait.
From midfield, here's Brady. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Just tap circle.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red
Well,
zone.
sometimes. It really just depends on who their initial user is and the proximity of where they're going with the ball.
A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and maybe a measure of revenge there. Playing this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Brady. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
They really had a good job there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they decent field position and throwing that pick 6, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, Let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive.
Look,
and
Tom Brady falling for it.
With maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Brady now to throw. Oh, he can't get
Good shit, Yannick.
Brady will go down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
He plays a lot better than what he's rated.
For this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't matter in the game. He still plays. I know, right? Yeah,
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
fuck out of here.
Jones. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the 39, Brady. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Fournette running out of the gun. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. They'll go with Jones.
Falling forward after he got hit stick.
That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Something they need to patch, you know.
Ronald Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Nah. Well, it's not even that. Like, you're going to give up the pass if you do that, you know. You got to do the best. You got to do the best you can and pray for a fumble or a hit stick to come through. That's pretty much all you can do. Sometimes you can get a shed, but other than that, you know, it's broken. You know, ain't nothing you can do against something that's broken.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end.
It got his man complete, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry runs his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Raiders have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in them. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Brady going to look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out.
Some of these running backs are highly debatable.
Here for an offense, Charles, it certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll say no gain on the play,
Merrick.
and it'll be second and goal.
Merrick. Yeah, he a bright, like I said, he a bright spot. 90.
From the gun, it's Brady. Flush to his right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone.
You said what?
It's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for.
Las Vegas.
But now it's third and goal.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Brady now on third and goal. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And not much on the return.
My other
there.
rookie.
He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Carr to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Throwing his Carr. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a desperation throw deep down.
That's something else they got to fix. Under pressure, out of range, inaccuracy debuff banner. They got to fix a lot of stuff in this game.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't
Messed
help but feel
myself
great
up
about
early
themselves,
talking.
can they? I mean, what
I
a
was
game to
trying to
put that
explain
number of
stuff to
points,
y'all and
continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are
put
working
myself
and clicking.
behind
They think that they can bottle this
instead
and
of
carry it with
focusing.
them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
It's just more further proof that I beat myself when Tom Brady's throwing 45%. And he's 5 for 11 with 3 picks. Come on, I should have won this game. I had him locked up. He just gave up the run game, bro. Like, that's one thing, man. It's like once you get behind, bro, and you just give up the run game, and nothing you can do. I was trying to get myself back into the game so I could run, you know, but can't stop the run. They're always going to fall forward regardless. So, like I said, it really just comes down to possession, who can control and maintain the lead, and, you know, control the clock. You can't get too fixated on trying to do one thing too long. Yeah, force that. And I pretty much gave him the game in the second quarter. Fumble. Forcing passes. No highlights, I see. None whatsoever. Just don't got highlights, I guess. At all. That sucks. Oh, there we go. See, this one's one. This is what I be talking about. You know, sometimes, yeah, I know I got a max protected, I guess. Hopefully that's something that gets fixed, man. I hope Leatherwood has a great year so he doesn't give up on blocks like that. I mean, he did a good job blocking them, but if he would have held that block a little bit longer. I mean, he had help over there, bro. Like, Simpson should have helped him. No, you know what I'm gonna start doing? Because I see something. I'm gonna try to run this a new way. I'm gonna see if it reacts different. Well, the thing about the Packers is they're not necessarily, like, beginning of the year you're going to see different teams, you know. Once the pendulum shifts and certain teams start getting love on the roster ratings adjustments, then, you know, you're going to start seeing people gravitate to, you know, the top tier teams, you know. But right now everybody's kind of just freelancing, you know, just testing teams out. But give it week 6, week 7, you know, the pendulum's going to start to shift. People might go back to the Packers, you know, like they're going to go back to what they know at the end of the day. I don't worry too much about the Packers. It's just in a good hands, bro, like Gunslinger's pretty tough. Meanwhile, I'm gonna try a new adjustment. Oh, interesting. I shit you not, I can't move my stick. This game. Guess that's I'm probably gonna have to cut the stream, bro, because I'm stuck. Let me see something. My controller isn't broken. The game just froze. That's crazy. Oh, that's a bad sign. Hey, I'm gonna probably continue this tomorrow, and we'll go from there. All right, fellas, I'm gonna have to cut the game off.